Are you looking for a Boston neighborhood that blends nature, creativity, and community and has homes some real actual character? Well, welcome to Jamaica Plain, or as the locals call it, JP. In today's video, we're not just going to be walking through the neighborhood. I mean, we will be, don't get me wrong, but I'll be taking you inside a few homes right here in JP so you can see what living here really looks like in 2025, from the housing options to the day-to-day life routine, the food, the shops, the community, and you will quickly understand why JP has become one of Boston's most desirable neighborhoods. Now, make sure you stick with me to the very end of this video. I'm going to share a little tip about the current housing market here that you'll definitely want to know if you're thinking about buying. So let's dive in and let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Mike O'Brien. I'm a Greater Boston real estate agent expert, and I help people relocating to the area, not just buy a house, but actually finding a neighborhood where they're going to love living. And Jamaica Plain is one of Boston's most unique areas. On paper, maybe it just looks like another neighborhood here within the Boston city limits, but when you walk the streets, when you get inside the homes, when you experience the parks, the shops, the food, you realize that JP just feels different. So let's start exploring together. Here we go. Now, one of the biggest draws of Jamaica Plain, I think, is the green space, as you can see. Now, the centerpiece of all this green space is probably Jamaica Pond. 68 acres, where you're going to see joggers, runners, walkers, strollers, probably both kinds, kayakers, sailors, paddle boarders, paddle up boarders, and people walking their dogs every single day. It's a part of Boston's Emerald Necklace Park system, which is a string of parks that stretches throughout Boston and into Jamaica Plain. And it really feels like, these green spaces, and particularly Jamaica Pond, really feels like the neighborhood's shared backyard, where people are getting out and enjoying the outdoor space and the nature that JP has to offer. Then there's Arnold Arboretum, where we are right now, part of Harvard University, even though Harvard is across the Charles River over in Cambridge. This is, again, a part of the Harvard University system. It's 281 acres of trails, rare plants, all the flora, probably some fauna as well, and just stunning views all year round. In the spring and the fall, it's one of the most beautiful places in all of Boston, especially, I think the spring, when things are trying to come back to life and bloom here in Boston, and then the fall, where things are starting to change color. Again, spring and fall, it's just stunning here. And even on a beautiful summer day like today, again, all the green is just stunning views and just a great place to be. A summer day, catch some of the shade and take the edge off here, when the temperatures maybe get a little higher than you want them to be. But you have Arnold Arboretum, and then, of course, Franklin Park, the city's largest park, miles of trails, picnic spots. It's got a zoo, Franklin Zoo, go figure, a golf course as well. So I think what's important to remember, so for anyone moving from the suburbs or a more rural area, and you're worried about losing the green space, you're worried about losing the access to the outdoors, JP, like so many places in Boston, but JP, Jamaica Plain in particular, proves that you can still live in the city and have access to all the nature you want. Let's talk homes and the housing market here in Jamaica Plain. And today we're actually going to take a look inside a few. Very excited to show you a couple of the units and a couple of homes here in JP. One in particular I'm pretty excited about, and so stick around for that. We'll definitely be taking a look at some homes here in Jamaica Plain in just a little bit. But in terms of the housing market here, JP has one of the most diverse housing stocks in all of Boston. You're going to find colorful Victorian homes here, especially near the pond, porches, stained glass details, just beautiful old homes. You're going to have classic triple deckers that give, of course, buyers that opportunity to live in one unit, rent the others to help maybe pay down that mortgage. And you're going to have modern condos, near Center Street and near the transit stops that are perfect first-time home buyers. And also you have double deckers where the condos have been newly renovated and newly redone. That can also be perfect for first-time home buyers. So again, so many options when it comes to housing and homes here in JP. But when we start to get into kind of the numbers and the facts and figures, here's what it looks like in 2025. So single-family homes right now have a median price about $1.1 million, often selling in under 20 days. And let me tell you, the single family home market in JP is tight right now. You go and look for a single family home, there are only a handful, literally, available in JP right now. You're going to have a lot more opportunity, I would say, in the condo market, or the townhome market. That median price is about $640,000, and they're lasting on the market for like 2 to 3 weeks. So again, with the single family homes, the price point, the average price point is above $1 million. And you're easily going to find single family homes that stretch into the $2 million range. And on top of that, again, just not a lot of them available just because of, JP, desired neighborhood. It's a Boston zip code. You have access to downtown. You have access to so many things in JP. Those single family homes really get snatched up. But again, condos, townhomes, the opportunity is there, not only in terms of availability. I would say them probably have about 8 times as much opportunity in the condo market as you do compared to the single family market, and they're lasting longer. So not only in terms of availability, just numbers of units available, but also in terms of affordability. Again, that price point, $640,000, obviously way less than what you're dealing with in the single family market. Now, multifamily homes, median prices about $1.2 million. So again, the multifamily investment property market, still very competitive in Boston, particularly in JP. Popular, of course, with both investors and buyers looking to, again, own a home and help pay down that mortgage a little bit. Now, overall, when you take all the housing classifications into consideration, the median price point across all of them, $805,000. So again, when you take all the different classifications, it sounds a little more palatable price-wise, and the listing's going under contract in 18 to 30 days. So a little more than 2 weeks towards a month. So what this all tells me, though, is that the market here and demand, very strong. And as buyers, you need to be ready. So as we tour some of these homes and these units in JP today, just keep in mind that, and just know that when you find something you love, acting quickly is going to make all the difference. So again, if you're thinking about moving to JP or you see a unit during this video today while we're touring that is jumping out at you, or while you're looking on the online and seeing properties, if you love it and you think you're going to love it, act fast because demand is high here in JP. So right now we're in the historic Bourne neighborhood of Jamaica Plain. We're at 11 Goodway Road, about to go take a look at Unit 2, the top unit of this double-decker here in JP. Right now listing for $585,000, courtesy of Ellen Grubert and Janice Lippman at the Denman Group with Compass. So this unit, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a ton of square footage, just under 1,300 square feet, recently redone floors, kitchen, bathroom, and some opportunities, 2 different opportunities to enjoy the fresh air with an enclosed porch and a private balcony. So let's go inside and take a look. A quick look at the exterior though before we head inside. And now we do, and we go immediately to that enclosed porch that I was talking about earlier. I was here on a beautiful September day. The windows were open, the fresh air was coming in. It just felt fantastic in here. This was just a great space to be greeted by when first entering the unit. And then we head to the living room with the great crown molding around the windows, a lot of natural light coming in. You have to love that fireplace and all the marvelous detail there in the masonry, and plenty of space for entertaining as well. And then we transition to the dining room, where we start to see some of the upgrades and updates they've made here in this unit, including that fantastic chandelier piece over the dining room table. And you start to continue to see those updates and improvements as we go to the kitchen with the new hardwood floors. You have the quartz countertops here. You have the stainless steel appliances. And you're looking at the cabinet and drawer space. Are you thinking, well, is that it? And as we kind of pan over, no, there's this whole other section. So a ton of cabinet and drawer space, a ton of storage here in this kitchen. And I do like a see-through cabinet. That's just something I really enjoy. And as we sweep through the kitchen one more time, you start to take a peek there, a little look-see at the private balcony in the back, but we will get to that later. Let's take a look at the bedroom. So good closet space there in the background, but plenty of square footage, plenty of space here for a king-size bed if you want to go that route. Again, good natural light coming in, and still space here for a couple of furniture pieces if you'd like. Now we go to the bathroom. I'm partial to this bathroom. The tile looks a lot like some of the bathrooms we had in our house growing up, but you see the updated vanity and the storage under the sink, the hardwood floors as well, shower tub combo, and I just like that lighting. That's just my opinion. Now we go to the other bedroom. Not as much square footage as that other bedroom, but still room for a queen size bed. I think if you want to go that way, you can make it your little office, you can make it a guest bedroom, a lot of options for this second bedroom. and a quick look at the closet. But the story of this bedroom is really the direct access to the private balcony. So again, 2 access points to the private balcony. You can enjoy the sunshine, the fresh air, the outdoors. Again, it was a fantastic day for this, really highlighting the balcony space, the outdoor space, and you can enjoy all the screen space from 11 Goodway as well, Unit 2. All right, so the weather is taking a bit of a turn here in JP, but that's not going to stop us from continuing our home tours. And I've stopped by 55 Elliott Street, Unit 43, which is just steps away from Jamaica Pond, to take a look at this unit that was once a part of the Historic Children's Museum here in JP. So this listing is coming to us courtesy of Kim Miles of Berkshire Hathaway, listing for $997,000. So a little bit of a different price point from the other home tours in this video. So 2 bedrooms, a bath and a half, renovated kitchen with stainless steel appliances and granite countertops. You have built-in custom shelving, private patio, a lot of living space, a lot of closet space, as you'll see. So let's head inside and take a look. All right, let's head inside. We'll get to the first floor in a little bit. I want to head upstairs first, check out the bedrooms and show you what's going on there. So we start off in the primary bedroom. Look at all this space you have. Love the 4-poster. Those big windows bringing the natural light. And so obviously you can see plenty of room for a king-size bed. Furniture as well. You have the cutouts here to add dressers, drawers. So a lot of space here in this primary bedroom. Love to see it. And then as we sweep around here to our left, you have the walk-through, walk-in closet with the custom shelving. I like the change in color too, right? So you have all this closet space here. You start to see the ensuite bathroom, but first, just a little separate vanity with the marble top. And then we move into the full bathroom, shower tub combo. And another sink vanity. I do like the hardware, the dark hardware on the white cabinetry. So, in-unit laundry, but hey, again, just look at the layout. So, back out into the hallway. So you have 2 entries to that primary bathroom. Now we'll pause for the in-unit laundry, as we always do, and just head into the second bedroom. So second bedroom, guest bedroom, office, whatever you want to do this, you need to head up and look at that great stained glass. So we're not going to open it up, but trust me, that is a nice wide closet, 3 doors there. And so a lot of storage space here in both bedrooms. So let's head back downstairs and check out this great open floor plan we have. And we will begin in the kitchen, of course. So all these dark countertops, stainless steel appliances, you have the island there. So a little breakfast bar opportunity. Lots of cabinet space. Like the see-throughs up there. I like the color on this cabinetry as well. You know, it's either kind of, dark wood or just, that wood color or white, but a little bit different here. So again, and you have all that storage space, the drawers too, the pull-out drawers on the kitchen island. So then we go to dedicated dining room area. Start to see the crown molding, the custom built-in shelves. And real quick, just going to swing back to show you the half bathroom as you enter this unit. So, nice little first floor half bathroom right as you walk in. So back to the dining room, and then down the steps here to this living room. You have the parquet floors. You have a bare ottoman, which every unit needs. And then wood burning fireplace. Again, love these custom built-in bookshelves. Central air in this unit as well. And so let's take one last look of the space here. So again, just under 1,500 square feet total in this unit, and your own private patio. Now, the weather has turned a little bit here, so we're not going to step completely outside, but your own private patio to enjoy on, well, sunnier days. And that is 55 Elliott Street, Unit 43. Make sure you reach out if you want to check it out. In the meantime, let's head back outside. Okay, so right now we're right off the Arborway and right across from Arnold Arboretum at 2 Jamaica Place, a townhome that very much plays like a single family home. It's got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, over 1,500 square feet of living space, 2 floors of living space, and this listing coming to us courtesy of Steve Lucier of Arborview. So this townhome was built back in 2013. It has garage parking, private entrance, hardwood floors, crown molding, recessed lighting, central air, central vac, and a ton of storage space. It looks fantastic inside, so let's head in and start to take a look. All right, let's head upstairs here to the first floor of this unit. And great open floor plan here with the kitchen, dining room, and over here to the living room. So you have the gas fireplace, you have the TV and Sonos soundbar, which will convey with the unit. And so let's take a closer look at the dining room here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you have a great view of the Arboretum there. And I do like the lighting here for the dining room and the kitchen. So eat-in kitchen if you like. Honed countertops, stainless steel appliances, and a great amount of cabinet and drawer space. You got the hooded vent. You have the wine fridge. You know I love a good wine fridge. And then you also have your own private balcony here too. So a chance to enjoy a little grilling, a little outdoors here as well. Let's head back inside and take you to the primary bedroom as we take another look here at the kitchen. So primary bedroom, first floor, half bathroom here, and nice marble vanity. In-unit laundry. You know I love that. And then, again, this unit is vacated. Sellers having moved to the UK, but you can see all the space here in this bedroom. Great custom blinds, a lot of great natural light. Huge closet over here. And then ensuite bathroom. Again, great vanity, some extra storage space. Call it not a linen closet, but linen cupboards or cabinets. And then you have the stand-up shower with the built-in shelves. As I open that up. And the built-in seat, if you're so inclined. So that is the first floor here. Let's head upstairs to check out the rest of the bedrooms. So this is one of 2 bedrooms here on the second floor of this unit. This is the larger of the bedrooms. Again, a lot of storage space here. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of storage. Double wide closets. And then another bedroom here. And again, good natural light, more closet space, of course. And then you finish off this second floor with another bathroom. Full shower tub combo, more storage, linen closet, and the vanity with the great hardware, by the way. I just want to point that out. So that is to Jamaica Place here in Jamaica Plain. Let's head back outside. So outside of JP Licks here in Jamaica Plain, because I want to start talking about the food here in JP. We're always going to get to that point in every neighborhood video I do. So JP is a franchise. You see a lot of these shops all around Massachusetts, around the Boston area, but JP Licks is iconic. This is original shop. This is the flagship right here. It started all in Boston. This one's still the local favorite, and rightfully so. So if you're looking for some ice cream, if you're looking for some desserts, you can't get any much better than JP Licks. Going to, well, the before dessert kind of scene, you have Brassica Kitchen and Cafe, which is recognized as Boston's, or one of Boston's best neighborhood restaurants in 2025. During the day, casual. At night, it turns into a very creative dinner destination. Rightfully so. Being named one of the best neighborhood restaurants in all of Boston in 2025. You have Jadu, which is a newer cafe and wine bar, and really I think kind of captures that JP vibe perfectly, because you can come in for a cappuccino in the morning, stay for a little small bite and some wine in the evening. You have Purple Cactus, which great Mexican food on the go if you want to. Tacos, burritos, salads. I myself had a great bowl of turkey chili there just the other day. So like so many neighborhoods in Boston, you have pretty much anything you want cuisine-wise and restaurant-wise, up and down Jamaica Plain, up and down Center Street, wherever you are. There's also Tres Gatos tapas place. If you had a keen eye, you may have seen it earlier in this video. Not just tapas, but also books and music available there as well. So JP not only has a great restaurant scene, it's always kind of had a good restaurant scene, but I think it's a restaurant scene and a food scene that's now starting to be more and more recognized amongst some of the best in Boston. So if you choose to live in Jamaica Plain, you're not going to be lacking for great food, great desserts, great coffee, all of it. So we're outside of Lauren Grenna House here in Jamaica Plain, a historical landmark and the site of so many great events here in Jamaica Plain. To talk a little bit about the culture and arts as it pertains to JP, because Jamaica Plain is very much a creative neighborhood. You know, culture, arts, community, it's all just kind of woven into things here. And it's a neighborhood where if you want to, you can take advantage of the arts, the culture, again, community events, seemingly every weekend, every week, every season, and maybe every day, depending on how hard you look for it. First off, JP is just kind of adorned with colorful murals seemingly everywhere you walk or drive. Hyde Park in particular, you can find a lot of them there. And then you have all these great community events, starting with JP Music Fest, which is a day-long festival. It starts at noon, goes into the evening, where local musical acts, performers, artists perform all day out at Perkins Park. So you get to enjoy the beautiful weather, the food trucks that are on site, and of course all the music on hand all day long. It's a wonderful event that's now 13 years old. And usually one of the first weekends after Labor Day, and just a great event for you to experience and take advantage of if you so choose. You have JP Open Studios, where the artists open up their workshop, they open up their studios for you to come down, tour these studios, tour these workshops, see the art, connect, and show your appreciation for the artist community here in Jamaica Plain. You have JP Porch Fest, another neighborhood. All the neighborhoods and towns around Boston seem to have their own Porch Fest. JP is no exception, of course. And then there are all these other events you can take advantage of, and all these other aspects of arts and culture to take advantage of. JP Film Festival. You have nights on the green here. You have book club nights, reading nights. You have theater companies that are putting shows on all season or all year long. So again, Jamaica Plain is not a place where you need to go to a museum or someplace dedicated necessarily to art, to find the culture. It's very much woven into the everyday, into your daily life here in Jamaica Plain. So so much to take advantage of and so much to experience and enjoy if you want to when it comes to arts, culture, community events here in JP. So I'm at Southwest Corridor Park right now, right outside the Forest Hills Orange Line T-stop here in Jamaica Plain to go to show you and talk about the accessibility and how accessibility here in Jamaica Plain is one of the neighborhood's biggest advantages. So we've already talked a lot about Center Street, and if you're not far from Center Street, everything you need is very accessible on Center Street. You got your grocery shops, you've got your coffee shops, you've got your restaurants, you just got your shops in general. Maybe you want to grab a smoothie, maybe you need to get your hair cut, maybe you need to hit the hardware store or a clothing store or an appliance store. Very accessible, hop, skip, and a jump on Center Street. Now, the transit, the access, pretty solid too, because you have Forest Hills, which we, right here. We have Stony Brook. You have Jackson Square, all stations on the Orange Line. And let me tell you, not a lot of neighborhoods, not a lot of towns in general have as many T-stops in one area as Jamaica Plain does. So Forest Hills also has access to the commuter rail. So you have a ton of public transit access, not just the T's and the subways and the trains, but also the bus station here at Forest Hills as well. So major hub for transit in Jamaica Plain. Now you have the Southwest Corridor Park here, the corridor here, big bike path that goes from Forest Hills all the way to Back Bay. So not just a bike path, but again, another path for strolling along, going for a walk, going for a jog, going for a run. Again, just enjoying a little bit of the outdoors here in Jamaica Plain. But the great thing about the Southwest Corridor Park is that all of a sudden, if you want to commute by bike, it's surprisingly easy to get from Jamaica Plain down to downtown Back Bay, wherever you need to go. So big advantage of living here in Jamaica Plain. So that balance of accessibility, the transit, the hub of transit that you have here in Jamaica Plain and the space therein, easily one of the biggest strengths here of Jamaica Plain. All right, we've made some moves here and relocated to the Half and Reffer Brewery Complex, which is now the site of an even more famous brewery, perhaps, or at least one you definitely have heard of, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the local feel of JP, especially when it comes to the shops and local businesses, because to say JP or Jamaica Plain has a quirky kind of feel when it comes to that. Maybe not the right phrasing, maybe a little too quaint, but just in terms of the number of locally owned businesses, small businesses, shops, boutiques, and otherwise, and how many of them you're going to come across when you're out and about in this neighborhood. And we've talked about Center Street already. And as you head down Center Street, you're probably going to come across, for example, On Center, which is a really neat boutique gift shop. A lot of neat items in there, a lot of thoughtful items, I'd say, in there as well. Definitely worth a stop by if you're on Center Street in JP. You have Salmagundi, which is a hat shop with one of the largest collections in all of New England. If you're ever like, hey, I just want to go see my local milliner for all intents and purposes, head down to Salmagundi. You can check out their amazing collection and maybe get a half for yourself when it's all said and done. Paper Cuts, a cozy indie bookstore, I'd say, that doubles not only, well, as a bookstore, of course, but really a community hub. They have readings, they have community events, definitely worth a stop by. Who doesn't love a local bookstore, right? And then you have the Half and Reffer Brewery Complex, which was a brewery going all the way back to the 19th century, sat closed for about 20 years before it became the site of, we'll get to that in a little bit, because the entire complex has been repurposed into restaurants like The Haven and Ula Cafe. You have nonprofits like the JPNDC, which is a neighborhood development corporation. You have creative spaces here. You have JP Clay. There's a workout space here as well. But again, going back to the beginning, the site of Sam Adams Brewery. So you can come down here, take a brewery tour, sample the fine brews, enjoy the outdoor space here as well. So again, this entire complex is really a great example of how JP blends the history with modern community use and current use for local businesses, creative spaces, nonprofits, everything. All right, guys, appreciate you sticking with me to the end of this video. And like I said at the beginning of things, I want to provide you with one tip as it pertains to the housing market here in 2025 in Jamaica Plain. And most buyers don't realize it until they're in it, that some of the best homes often go under agreement, go under contract before you even make it online. JP is so competitive, and a lot of the strongest opportunities move through local connections. Now, whether that's agent-to-agent networks or private listings or word of mouth, if you're relying only on what you see online, then you're probably already a step behind. And that's why having a local realtor who's plugged in the neighborhood, that can make a huge difference, because it's not just about finding the listing It's about finding a listing before everybody else. So again, make sure you're using those online resources. They're fantastic, but get connected to a local realtor so you can find those opportunities for success. So I hope that tip helped out and you've enjoyed some of the top reasons why people want to live in Jamaica Plain in 2025. Between the homes, the parks, the shops, the food, the community, JP just gives you a place to live, a neighborhood, a lifestyle that's really tough to beat. So if you're thinking about moving to Jamaica Plain, I'd love to help you find the right home. You can DM me on Instagram at Mike O'Brien Homes. You can also email me directly at mikeobrienhomes@gmail.com, and all my contact information is in the description as well. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of the neighborhood tours that we put out here on a consistent basis. And of course, make sure that you check out this Moving the Boston playlist and the other videos so you can learn more about the different neighborhoods and what it's like to live in and around Boston. I appreciate you watching this one. I appreciate you coming around Jamaica Plain with me, and we'll see you next time out.